Hi everyone, Bob here from Silver Fox Fitness and welcome to feet exercises. Our feet are the foundation of our entire body. Everything relies on the feet. And our feet are good indicators of our overall health. So we want to keep our feet strong, flexible, coordinate, and balance is important to us, and posture. So we're going to do some exercises today that you can choose from or try them all, and hopefully you'll incorporate them into your daily workouts. The first exercise involves a scrunch. So to do a scrunch, I'm going to need something to scrunch. So how about my sock? So I'm going to take my foot and I'm going to put it on top of the sock and I'm going to squeeze my toes like this so I can scrunch the sock up. Squeeze and hold. Squeeze and hold. Now the second exercise is the scrunch raise. So if I'm really good at scrunching, which I'm not right now, let me grab this sock over here. Can I raise my foot? No, maybe if I... Why aren't I scrunching very well? Could it be my feet or my toes are weak? Could it be the sock? Oh, there's almost a scrunch raise. You know, I think I should try the other foot. Let's try this one. First of all, I'll just pull the toes in and hold it and relax. And then pull the toes in and hold it and relax. And then pull the toes. Maybe I needed a warm up. So that's the scrunch. Whatever you're scrunching, a washcloth, paper towel, sock. Let me grab it and see if I can lift it. Yes, now I can do the scrunch raise. Try it again. Scrunch, raise. That's exercise 2, the raise. Holy cats, let's try this. I better warm this one up a little bit. Scrunch, relax. Scrunch, pull the toes in, relax. Scrunch, relax. Let me try scrunch raise. Oh, a little bit. Get those toes working. There's a little bit of a scrunch raise. Aha! I got the end of the sock. Scrunch, raise, and hold. Good work. All right, the next exercise is called the pickup. Now, how I do it is up to me. So I think I'll grab my feet like this and pick something up. Like the sock. You know, if you have maybe a marble handy, I happen to have a marble. It doesn't have to be a marble, but something besides your sock. I'm going to scrunch it and raise it and pick it up. Pick up. Sometimes I have to get stuff up off the floor and I can't bend over to do it. You know, if I have a marble or a ball, it's the scrunch, raise, pick up. Let's try this foot. Yeah. Scrunch, raise, pick up. The next one is the toes stretch. So what I want to do here is grab my big toe and lift it up, but don't let the other 4 toes come off the floor. So I'm going to push them down with my hand and lift my big toe up and hold it there. This is for a few seconds. Good. Let me try the other side. Push the toes down, lift the big toe up. The big toe is the king of the foot. You want the big toe to be healthy. I think our toes at one time were very similar in length. Switch again. All 4 toes are pushed down. Lift up the big one. And I think over time, we've evolved into maybe the baby toe is going to disappear someday. But the big toe won't. Let's try it one more time on this side. Lift the big toe up. And relax. Let's try the other way around. Push the big toe down, lift the other 4 toes up. Big toe, push down. These 4 toes, lift up. All right. Let's try the rub. We're going to take our heels and rub them together. Doesn't matter which one's on top, but rub the heels with the heels. Good work. All right, the rub. How about the clap? So the inner part of your foot is being clapped together. It's good to do this set of exercises in your bare feet. So where would you do it? Someplace where you can be in your bare feet. Maybe you're lucky enough to be at a beach. While you're sitting at the beach on the sand, you could do these exercises. All right? Let's massage with the one foot on the top of the other one. That's right, right on top. Massage. You can get right down into the toes and the top of the foot. And you take your time. You got all day, right? Let's try the other one. That's it. That's it. Massage the foot on top. Okay. Good work. Let's try writing our name with our big toe. So we'll try this one foot here first. Doesn't matter which side. So I'm facing this way, so I'm going to write my name, Robert, with my big toe. Write it. Not print it. Write it. The B is fun. E, R, T, cross the T. Good work. Let's write our toe backwards. So we're writing it with the R to the T, but going in that direction, so everything's backwards. So use your big toe as your pen or your pencil and write your big toe. Good for your brain too. The B is tricky. The E, the R, the T, cross the T. Now, if you got a short name, you might want to write your name a couple of times, but Robert's pretty good. Okay, I wrote my, now, all I want to do here is pump. So by pumping, I mean I'm going to push my heel out and then push my toe out. Push my heel out, push my toe out. Heel, toe. Notice my foot's off the ground. Push my heel, toe. A lot of times people do an exercise where they lift their leg up and try to get it straight so they can work their hamstrings. Sometimes they flex their foot. Well, we're kind of doing that. We're pushing or pumping with our heel, pumping with our toe. Heel, toe. I don't know, I'll do it 10 times. That's about 10. Let's try to pump. It's called the pump. Heel, toe. Pump with your heel, toe. You don't have to do all these exercises, but why not? It doesn't take that long. Do a few reps of each one, maybe 5, 10 reps. Good. The next one is easy. We just stand up. Try to keep our feet shoulder width apart. If you want them closer, hold off because we're going there. If you want them wider, that's okay. If you want them out on a little bit of an angle, that's okay too. But just stand. It's an exercise, standing. Stand tall too. Get everything in neutral, especially your hips and your head. Okay, the next exercise is just walk. So I'm just going to take a few steps forward, but I'm going to pretend I'm on a tightrope. So I'm going to put one foot in front of the other, heel toe. Whoa. Whoa, yes. So this is the walk. You know, you're standing, so that's the stand too. Whoa, I almost fell off the tightrope. And of course, you can go as far as you want, or as back as far as you want, whatever you want to do. The next one is the stomp. So I'm going to lift my leg up and stomp my foot down. Lift the other leg up and stomp it down. Now, if you're in an apartment and somebody lives below you, wouldn't be a good idea. If you're going to do it outside, it's okay, but don't do it on the cement. Make sure it's the ground or the grass. And really stomp it down. Lift it up nice and high and really push it down into the floor. And then the last exercise is simply the jump. So you're just going to do a little bit of a hop. Do as many as you want. And then you're done. Well, not quite. I've seen people use a tennis ball and they roll it with the bottom of their foot. That's okay too, you can do that, but you don't need to worry about that. You have an alley maybe, you could roll that. Some people do the scrunch, with the socks, scrunching, pulling your toes in. They do the scrunch when they pick up the ball, like the tennis ball, or not the tennis ball, the alley, and then they put it in a cup, and they have a bunch of alleys, and they lift them and do it like that. So maybe you can get yourself an alley, and you can try that one. Okay, so if you work on those exercises on a regular basis, your feet will reward you. You will be stronger in the feet. You'll be more flexible, and it won't be as likely that you'll fall down. Your posture will be better because remember, your feet are the foundation of your whole body. And your mobility will improve. You'll be able to move about the planet more, faster, better, and visit all kinds of different places. You'll have a great time. But I have a challenge I want to show you before we wrap it up. And if you want to... So you might need some socks that are kind of maybe a little bit too big for you, or soft as opposed to stretchy type socks, because the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take the socks off, and you're not going to use your hands or your arms, your upper body. Nope. You can use any part of your lower body, but you take the socks off. So go ahead. My goodness, how easy was that, right? Well, that's because the socks were pretty worn and maybe a little bit too big for you. So when you decide to do this challenge, you might want to choose different kinds of socks and experiment. But here comes the fun part. I'll only make you do one. You just have to put one sock back on. So go ahead. I don't care what foot you put it on. Put the sock down. You can only use your feet to do this. Go ahead. You're using all the exercises that we worked on to get our feet in good health. And of course, you know that you need to do these exercises on a regular basis. You can't just do them once or twice and then go, there, my feet are strong or healthy. And everybody might have different techniques to do this. And it might take you a while. You could do this while you're watching your favorite movie. Or maybe if you're really, really good at this, it'll only take you a sec. Notice how this person is using their toes to grab a hold. And remember all the exercises we just did? Of course, I'd never get you to do this if I couldn't do it. Uh-oh, look, it's getting pretty good there. Right. Yay. Okay, we'll give this person 10 out of 10. It didn't take them that long. Can you just hold the foot up so we can make sure the heel's on? Yep, there it is. So good luck. Have fun. Strong feet.